Hello everyone. Usually, what I do in this type of videos, I read A Course in Miracles lessons. Yeah, but before I do that, I share my experience, how it was to me when I was practicing that idea. Yeah. So, the yesterday's practice for yesterday was something like God is my strength, vision is my gift. Yeah, I can for sure say that when your body feels weak, sick, or depressed, yeah, it's so difficult to just catch yourself and to remind yourself, you know what? You are never lonely. God, your source is always with you. Yeah. And what you are feeling is ego is trying to convince you that you are separate. And for me, it's the most difficult step to take. Because when you are in the hitting of, yeah, feeling something, yeah, especially negative emotions, yeah, and it's so difficult to just stop yourself, yeah, just stop yourself from thinking this way, that you know what, you know why you are feeling depressed, because you believe in separation. You know why you feel fear, because you believe in separation. You believe that you are separated from your source. Yeah, you just forgot. You just forgot about that you are one with your source. And yeah, probably even telling this in here in this video helps me to remind myself that I am never separate from my source, yeah. And the moment when you realize that you are feeling abandoned, you are feeling lonely, feeling depressed, so the most difficult thing to make is like to remind yourself that you know what, it's not truth, it's ego trying to convince you, it's ego in action, it's ego doing all these things to you, everything what you seem to feel, yeah. Why I'm saying seem, because it's not real, yeah. And that's why it's so important to train your mind every time, especially when it feels so difficult, especially when you feel depressed, yeah. So yeah, I'm trying my best, at least I think that I am. So yeah, probably these videos can help someone as well, yeah, because I am making these videos to motivate myself, yeah, to keep doing this work. Probably I can motivate someone else, yeah, to do the same work. All right, so and the next lesson says, lesson 43 says that God is my source. I cannot see apart from Him. That's exactly what I just said before. Yeah, so you think that you believe actually that you separate. That's why you feel depressed. That's why you feel fearful. When you are when you believe that you are never separate. You and your source, you are never separate. God is always with you. Wherever you're going, God is always with you. You cannot be separate from love, from your highest self power. Yeah. So yeah, the moment when you realize that, it's like it's the moment when you get your power back. Yeah. It's the moment that you remember, or you remind yourself to remember that everything that you see with your physical eyes is not true. Yeah, okay, so that's why today's lesson says that, yep, exactly that. God is my source. I cannot see apart from Him. Perception is not an attribute of God. His is the realm of knowledge. Yet He has created the Holy Spirit as the mediator between perception and knowledge. Without this link with God, perception would have replaced knowledge forever in your mind. With this link with God, perception will become so changed and purified that it will lead to knowledge. That is its function as the Holy Spirit sees it. Therefore, that is its function in truth. So, for example, wherever I feel depressed, I'm asking Holy Spirit to show me how He sees it, to see it through His eyes. Yeah, because, yeah, I can for sure say that, like 100%, that it's really difficult to be trained to hear the Holy Spirit's voice. Yeah, because the first voice you hear is ego's voice. Yeah, that's why you need to train your mind to hear the Holy Spirit's voice. Yeah. Alright, so in God you cannot see. Perception has no function in God and does not exist. Yet, in salvation, which is the undoing of what never was, perception has a mighty purpose. Made by the Son of God for an unholy purpose, it must become the means for the restoration of His holiness to His awareness. Perception has no meaning, yet does the Holy Spirit give it a meaning very close to God's. He with perception becomes the means by which the Son of God forgives his brother and thus forgives himself. You cannot see apart from God because you cannot be apart from God. That's a good part. You cannot see apart from God because you cannot be apart from God. Yeah. Wherever you do in Him, because wherever you think with His mind. If vision is real, and it is real to the extent to which it shares the Holy Spirit's purpose, then you cannot see apart from God. Yeah, 3 5-minute practice periods are required today. One is early and one is late as possible in the day. The third may be undertaken at the most convenient and suitable time that circumstances and readiness permit. At the beginning of these practice periods, repeat the idea for today to yourself with eyes open. Then glance around you for a short time, applying the idea specifically to what you see. 4 or 5 subjects for this phase of the practice period are sufficient. You might say, for example, God is my source. I cannot see this desk apart from Him. God is my source. I cannot see that picture apart from Him. Can I apply this to presidents? Yeah, like God is my source. I cannot see that president apart from Him. Yeah. Whew. Yeah. Or any other problem you may have. Yeah. God is my source. I cannot see that situation apart from Him. Yeah. Although this part of the exercise period should be relatively short, be sure that you select the subjects for this phase of practice indiscriminately, without self-directed inclusion or exclusion. For the second and longer phase, close your eyes, repeat today's idea again, and then let whatever relevant thoughts occur to you add to the idea in your own personal way. Thoughts such as, I see through the eyes of forgiveness. Yeah, I see through the eyes of forgiveness. I see the world as blessed. The world can show me myself. I see my own thoughts, which are like God's. Yeah, probably it's the most difficult part to realize that the world you see is actually showing you yourself. Yeah, you think that it's him or it's them, but actually the world is showing you. Yeah. So it's not that easy to accept, right? But you don't have to accept it, as Jay said. Yeah, you just do this practice. All right, so again, I see through the eyes of forgiveness. I see the world as blessed. The world can show me myself. I see my own thoughts, which are like God's. Any thought related more or less directly to today's idea is suitable. The thoughts need not bear any obvious relationship to the idea, but they should not be in opposition to it. If you find your mind wandering, if you begin to be aware of thoughts which are clearly out of accord with today's idea, or if you seem to be unable to think of anything, open your eyes, repeat the first phase of the exercise period, and then attempt the second phase again. Do not allow any protracted period to occur in which you become preoccupied with irrelevant thoughts. Return to the first phase of the exercises as often as necessary to prevent this. In applying today's idea in the shorter practice periods, the form may vary according to the circumstances and situations in which you find yourself during the day. When you are with someone else, for example, try to remember to tell him silently, God is my source. I cannot see you apart from him. Yeah. So, for example, if you are doing some work during the day, yes, so like you can apply this idea to everyone around you, yeah, to any subject and object around you. Yeah, this form is equally applicable to strangers as it is to those you think are closer to you. In fact, try not to make distinctions of this kind at all. Today's idea should also be applied throughout the day to various situations and events that may occur, particularly to those which seem to distress you in any way. For this purpose, apply the idea in this form. God is my source. I cannot see this apart from him. I can always apply everything to my neighbors. Yeah. Every time when I am starting making my videos, they are starting yelling and screaming. And yeah, when I was not making my videos, so they were silent. So even to this slight irritation, I can apply this idea like God is my source. I cannot see my neighbors apart from him. If no particular subject presents itself to your awareness at the time, merely repeat the idea in its original form. Try today not to allow any long periods of time to slip by without remembering today's idea and thus remembering your function. Yeah, as I said before, it's the most difficult part, at least to me, because when you are sucked into all this illusion, yeah, during the day, yeah, and especially when someone triggers you, especially when someone makes you feel upset. you need to stop yourself first, yeah, from reacting. You need to have this gap between you and your reaction to that. Yeah, and you need to apply this idea to this situation, to this person. God is my source, I cannot see apart from him. God is my source, I cannot see, for example, this phone apart from him. God is my source, I cannot see this situation apart from him. And for sure you can ask this question like, Holy Spirit, let me see this through your eyes. Let me see it through your eyes. Because it's completely different how you see it, right? So yeah, for sure, Holy Spirit has completely different view, yeah, for everything you see. Then your task is to ask him to help you see it differently, see it through his eyes, yeah. God is my source, I cannot see this apart from him. Okay, all right, so thank you for watching. If you're watching my videos, yeah, probably it can motivate you to do this work along the day as well. And see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye bye.